And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour live on YouTube. Baker Team Tournament today, our annual PJBT Baker Team Tournament, coming at you from ABC West in Mechanicsburg. We are down to our finals. Just doing the finals today, the final two teams. It's going to be best out of 5 Bakers. We're just about ready for our team/player introductions. So we will hand it down to Matt as soon as he looks up at me, and we are ready. And take it away, Matt.
Okay, good afternoon, bowlers, and welcome to ABC West Lanes here in Mechanicsburg, PA, for the finals of our Baker Team Tournament, our 3rd annual Baker Team Tournament, the first one since 2019. We're going to introduce our 2 teams in today's head-to-head finals. Today we will be bowling a maximum of 5 games head-to-head. It'll be the first team to win 3 games wins the tournament. The top 2 teams cash at today's event, and they will be bowling off against each other in the title match today. Starting with the scratch division, our number 2 seed team is Milk Chocolate 3.0. Aiden Davis, Darren Zombro III, Lucas Francis, Tom Burns Jr., and Brandon Bone.
Milk Chocolate 3.0 was plus 665 for 24 games.
Our tournament leaders at plus 822 for 24 games is Howell Bowlers and Micah. Daniel Robertson, Micah Voorhees, Sidney Bone, Henry Hecht, and Jake Diaz.
Howell Bowlers.
Let's have a nice hand for our 2 scratch teams in today's final.
Howell Bowlers and Micah is your top seed at plus 822 for 24.
Okay, now it is time to introduce our 2 handicap finals.
They shot 3 300s today, by the way.
Our number 2 seed team is the Crackers. Andrew Barron, Evan Perkowski, Sean Gerhardt, James McCracken, and Zachary Fitzko.
Your number 2 seed is in the handicap division, the Crackers, at plus 181.
Riley Smith, Ian Smith, Clayton Tyndall, Jackson Kohler, and Seth Whitmer.
And the Stone Eights are your leaders at plus 336.
All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our 2 handicap teams in today's final.
All right, so for those of you...
If you're not familiar with Baker bowling, I will explain. If
you're not familiar with Baker, listen to Matt.
For 5 bowlers, they will pick an order after practice. The first bowler bowls frames 1 and 6, bowler 2, 2 and 7, bowler 3, 3 and 8, bowler 4, 4 and 9, and bowler 5 bowls frames 5 and 10 for their score. The first team to win 3 games out of 5 will take home the title. Time to begin practice.
It is a 9-9 series, right? Yeah, it's a series of 24 games.
That's pending the definition.
Jackson wants to
Think. All right, so for those of you that don't know what Baker play is, if you didn't hear what Matt said, I will explain it. So there's 5 people on a team. They're bowling 1 score. So there's only 1 score.
I know you guys.
Bowler 1 bowls frames 1 and 6. Bowler 2 bowls frames 2 and 7. Bowler 3 bowls frames 3 and 8. Bowler 4 bowls frames 4 and 9. Bowler 5 bowls frames 5 and 10. The entire game is bowled on one lane. After game 1, the teams will flip-flop lanes, and they will bowl game 2. They will keep flip-flopping until we have a team with 3 wins. If there is a tie, we will have a 9th and 10th frame roll-off to break the tie. Today's pattern, by the way, was neon. Neon was the pattern. Rec pattern. So I'd like to welcome all of you today. ABC West did want me to talk about a tournament that they're running here. It's a scratch doubles tournament. It's a series. Tournament dates every other week starting May the 15th, running through July 24th. $60 per team. $520 to win if there's 48 teams. The time of this starting is 10 a.m. Practice starts at 9:45. They do suggest prepaid reservations because apparently this is a very popular tournament that fills quickly. They do keep points for every event, top 4 bowlers in points. Thank you. Top 4 bowler in points receive a bowling ball, courtesy of Motive. So if you have any questions, you can check out ABC West's website at abcwest.com.
Very good tournament. Very good series. Fun. Very, very competitive.
Mr. Zombro says it's a fun tournament series. Apparently that means he's bowled in it.
Yes. Very competitive. Brackets, all good stuff.
Except I'm going to believe if he's in the top 4 in points, he turns down the Motive bowling ball.
Yes.
Give it to number 5, he says.
Should be that guy there.
Yeah.
You're gonna come in. Okay.
Okay.
Damn skills machines.
So joining me in the booth for the first couple games, Mr. Zombro.
I'm not the highlight of the conversation. I will tell you that. After me, you'll have a pretty good guest coming in. You'll have probably have a lot to talk about what happened this week.
I didn't know Chris Rock was coming in. Wow.
That's a good one.
Cool. Wish somebody told me that ahead of time. That's not mine.
That's mine.
Mine's over here.
I'm like, what are you doing on my phone?
Cool. So apparently, yeah, Chris Rock's coming in.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit in our world. He's So I hope everybody's having a good day today. We had a real good turnout, I think, like always.
21 teams. Down a little bit from
I think
the
we're
last
down
time
a
we
little
were
bit,
in.
right?
Yeah. I think we had 24, 25 the last time we did this, but we're close. So you tell me, what's your opinion of Baker team bowling? I'm a fan of it.
I tell you what, it's awesome. It's fun, and it's something good for the kids who look at when they want to pursue their careers after high school and college, because that's all that it is in college.
There is a lot of Baker team bowling in college.
But as an adult, it's a lot of fun. It's hard to explain it. We do a Baker thing in my one league that I bowl in at the end of the year, just for a little extra prize fund money, and it's just a lot of fun. I don't know how else to say it.
Are there any adult Baker events around that we know of?
Yes, there is. I know Colony Park North does hold a couple Baker events, which they even had one today
Did they?
for adults. And I was kind of like up in the air. I was almost supposed to bowl in that, but then a couple of my teammates who I was going to be on team with forgot. Oh, we're bowling women's states today. I said, well, okay, so that means we're not bowling today. So yes, Colony Park North in New York, they do hold a Baker tournament, a Baker team tournament, 2-3 times a year, and they normally do sell out too.
Okay. So let's talk about, since there's only 2 teams bowling in the finals today, there will be no, break between. Let's talk about upcoming events.
Yes, what is coming up?
Next week, major number 9 on the PJBT season at Bolero Burke's
Bolero
Lanes. That's Sunday, April the 10th at a 10:30 start time. Bolero Burke's in Sinking Springs, PA. Then the following week, Easter weekend, we have our traditional Easter Classic shootout at Jordan Lanes.
On
That's
Saturday.
Yes, Saturday the 16th at 2:30 in the afternoon. 2:30 in the afternoon. That's our special Saturday start times. So don't show up at 10:30 Saturday morning.
You're going to be sitting there for a little bit.
Yeah, you can go out and have lunch somewhere.
Yeah.
Then the following week is our final under 21 doubles of the season back in Berks County at Heaster Lanes.
Yes.
So that's the 24th of April, 10:30 start time. Then into the month of May. May the 1st, we are up in Pottsville at Strike Zone for a regular season event. That's May the 1st at 10:30. And then May the 8th, we're at ABC North for a regular season event. Sunday, May the 8th, 10:30 start time. And then our final regular season event, major number 10. We skip a week.
Yes, we do skip a week.
We have a week off. Can you believe we have a week off?
Well, we have a week off, but some kids might not, because
I don't care about some kids.
that is the weekend of Pepsi States.
Some kids will be bowling.
Yes. At Liberty.
So our final event is our annual 2 a.m. tournament. So that's Tuesday morning. Sunday morning, May the 22nd. So Saturday night, May the 21st. Sunday morning, May the 22nd. Yes, at 2 a.m.
Yes, the sun is down. It's night outside. Hopefully the moon is out bright.
That is at Steel City Bowl and Brew.
And
You can get information for all of these events on our website at PJBTBowlingSeries.com. That's www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. After that, we go into our postseason. We have 4 postseason events. We'll talk about that in the future, because it looks like practice is complete. Oh, I'm told we're going to add another 5 minutes.
for what pair?
Both of them, I guess.
Okay. And as we all know, when we come to the postseason, we have some busy and exciting weekends.
Yes, 4 straight weeks of postseason play. The first week is our bracket Survivor tournament. That is a free tournament for anybody who won a bracket this season. All you have to do is win one.
You got to win one bracket,
bracket.
and you qualify, and you automatically win scholarship
Yep.
money.
Yep. Then the week after is our annual championship weekend. That's June 3rd, 4th, 5th. We start Friday night with Bowl with the Pros, the Skins Shootout. When the pros come in, and we have a skins match. Give away some of my hard-earned money. So you notice I said mine. I didn't say Matt's this time. I just said
I
mine.
heard you said yours,
mine.
not
Yeah.
Matt's or
Yeah, we're just gonna say it's mine.
PJBT
And then Saturday we have a
Pro-Am.
Pro-Am
In the
at
morning?
9 in the morning. No tap, 3 games. And then we have 2 squads of adult juniors. And for those that qualify, you come back at night and try to win some of Matt's money.
Yes. And your own skins.
Yes.
An adult skins and a junior skins.
Yes. Winner take all.
Obviously, the junior skins, you're going for a scholarship
Yep.
money, and the adults are going for cash.
Yep. And some years it's been up near $1,000.
Yeah, not
Other
the
years
year
it's
I
been
made
around
fun.
500. The one year for the juniors, my kid finished second to Michael Martell. It was about $950.
The year I finished second to Danny Wiseman, the adults, I think Danny got like 680.
That's how much time they take to practice.
And then on Sunday we have our championship finals.
A lot of presentation awards. You know,
I get to give a speech.
you always give a speech, which lasts about 20 minutes.
Oh, minimum. minimum.
But
Yes.
a lot of people say it's a long weekend. We always say it's a long weekend, but after it's all done, we hop in our cars and we're driving back home. We're like, man, that was a great weekend.
Oh, it always is. Especially because I've just learned to take Monday off of work. To recoup. And then the following weekend is Masters weekend. That is 10 games of qualifying Saturday at 2 different bowling centers.
Yes.
Rose Bowl and Steel City Bowl and Brew.
City Bowl and Brew.
And then the finals, I
The
think.
finals this year is at Rose Bowl
Right, yes. Finals are at Rose Bowl this year.
because it always alternates.
Yes. That's on Sunday. And then we wind down the postseason with Best 2.0.
Yes, the new
The new best. Two
The new
bowlers
best.
of Eastern States. 2.0. This year, it's moving to Pennsylvania.
yes.
Leisure Lanes.
I don't have to get a hotel this year.
No, you don't. So once again, you can find information for all of these events at our website. I believe they're all up there now. Don't
They are
quote
all
me.
updated.
I mean, I just updated the website yesterday, but I didn't do that part, so I don't know if they're up there yet or
I
not.
know they're on there. I saw them.
Our Facebook page is our main mode to get our information out. You can check out our Facebook page at PJBT Youth Information Page. That's PJBT Youth Information Page. And if this is your first time joining us here on YouTube, where the heck have you been for 6 years? God, I've been doing this for 6 years.
6
You would
years.
think I would have gotten better at this by now.
You think we all would have gotten better
Oh
at
man,
this.
I still stink at this.
I think Matt's almost about ready here.
If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button on your page, and if you got your notifications turned on, you will be notified each and every time we go live on the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. Did I get my notification today? Look at this.
You know, I've been having little issues in this building today with my alerts.
Look at that. I got my notification. Look at that.
Mm.
Look at that. Hey, that's all I got to say. Now we're going to settle and watch some bowling.
I think we're gonna see a heck of a match.
So, how do you construct a Baker lineup? Because obviously the trick is to string strikes.
Yes, you need to string strikes, but you need to look to see who has a good look, who does
Yep.
not have a good look.
Yep.
The person who doesn't have a good look, hopefully they can make spares. So obviously you need to fill frames in a Baker, and then you need your people who have the look towards your end of the lineup, so you can get a string going to where it matters. Since we had 24 games of qualifying, you were able to play around a little bit, and as long as you find a good mojo or certain people lining up with each other on their team, there's a lot of strategy.
There definitely
this.
is. Definitely is.
And I see a lot of strategy going on right now with the scratch teams. They're both talking to each other.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're also talking to our next guest,
Yes,
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
Yeah.
And he just looked over.
Is that how you wanted to start this? No,
Pretty
we gotta
much.
we gotta wait till we're in about
Pretty much.
8th frame of game 5, right?
You know,
Well,
you know what? He was here last week. Not here at ABC West, but I think he had a brain malfunction, and he forgot my name, and he actually called me fat.
Senior moment. It was big senior
He
That
moment.
is
actually
a
called
big
me
senior
fat.
moment.
Then he comes up last and shakes my hand. I'm like, finally, I've been recognized by somebody.
I had to get his attention because there was something I wanted him to see, and I'm looking at him. Hey, Fats!
Yeah. It was one of them senior moments. I got it right here on the tip of my tongue.
It was there. I
It's
was
right
tasting it.
there.
I couldn't get it out.
Down to Matt.
Okay, bowling fans, it is time to begin our best of 5 game final on each side. On the scratch side,
So I'll
we
tell you
have
what, I'll
top
come in
seed,
for
Howell
that game
Bowlers
too.
and Micah. They have elected to start on lane 39 for their
Trying to
first
help
game.
them all so
They're
that
going to go
they
in the
all
order of Henry,
understand
Jake,
what is
Sydney,
going
Micah,
on.
and Daniel.
And
They are taking
I
on
know they know how
Milk
to bowl.
Chocolate 3.0.
But they don't
who will
understand as
start their
things are gonna
first game
happen.
on 40,
Especially,
going in the
I'm
order
gonna
of
use
Tom Burns,
the Howling
Lucas
group, not so
Francis,
much our
Aiden
boys.
Davis,
Yeah.
Darren Zombro
They gotta
III,
gel.
and Brandon
If
Bowen.
you're moving something,
Okay?
you gotta feed
First
that back
team
to
to
the rest
win
of the
3
team.
games
The other
out of
team
the
has 2
5
lefties.
win the title.
So they've only got
On
3
the
guys to worry
handicap
about.
side,
And those
We
3 guys,
have
I feel,
top
they're up
seed
here that they're
Stone
going to talk.
Eights, who have elected to
The
start
others,
on lane
they're going to talk, but
42.
they're going to talk about, well,
And
it's not
they're
raining
going in
outside
the
right
order
now.
of Ian, Clayton,
You know,
Jackson, Riley,
next
and
week
Seth.
we're going to the
And they are getting a
SYC.
handicap difference of 3 pins in the match.
Oh, no.
They'll be taking
it will
on
have
the
nothing to do about lane
Crackers on the
39 or
left
40.
lane. They'll go in the order of Zachary, Sean, Evan, James, and Andrew.
Oh, no.
Okay? Team to win 3 games out of 5, take home the title. All right, bowling fans, let's give a nice hand for all 20 of our finalists in today's tournament.
All right, and we got the official word to start.
Yes. We do not use the Dana Brown rule, by the way. I make sure I say that each and every time we have this event. We like it exciting.
Who's Dana Brown?
I mean, unless if we are and I just don't know about it.
Yeah.
Are you all? You're not alternating, are you?
No.
Cool. Thanks be to God.
I have him bowling left lane bowler and right lane bowler.
That is alternating.
That is alternating.
So he is using the Dana Brown
He is
rule.
using the Dana
God's
Brown.
sakes. Oh,
You know, we are talking about Matt here.
that takes all the emotion out of it.
So Tommy starts off with a big 4. Luckily, it's the first frame. That's where you want to do it.
Let's see if I can zoom in on these scoreboards a little more.
That's all you, not me.
Why that it is. Since we only need 1 score.
So, on the handicap side, Oh, my.
Aaron's not a Dana.
Matthew, quit using the Dana Brown rule. Huh? Quit using the Dana Brown rule.
This is ruthless down here. They want that strike out of there.
I know, right?
That's the Dana Brown rule.
That's the Dana Brown rule. And Matt was almost trying to use the Dana Brown. All right, so Luke is coming up here for. Do you know these team names? Because I just know one.
Yes.
Well, kind of two.
They're on here.
I kind of know two.
It's
I just don't know
It's-
the handicap team names. Unfortunately.
it's 8 pins or solid 8s. And
Do we have them? Written?
it's like somewhere like flip the card. Up there.
Oh, the crackers. So we get the cards where the last two games are showing in front of us.
You gotta get the temper, right? Matt, in the temper.
They knocked the 10 pin down last week.
Add the 10 pin to 39, add the 10 pin to 39.
All right. A little missing.
Matt, now we had the 4-7.
Ah.
I then add the 10 to the 4-7. So now you need a 4-7, 10 on 39. 4-7, 10 on 39.
Such confusion going on right away.
That's that Dana Brown rule. It causes all this confusion.
Yums. You know. So on the handicap side, we have the crackers starting off with a strike spare open, and the Stone 8 starting off with a strike open. Stone 8 is getting 3 more pins, or getting 3 pins over the crackers. So we have Aiden coming up here now on the scratch side. It's a big double after having that split. Plus then Hal Lanes plus Micah start off with a double and then had a split.
I'm going to go on the record right now.
Go ahead.
I'm very disappointed right now at the lack of emotion that's going on with these teams.
I think it's a little early,
It's
but I tell you what, I think when it comes down to the brunt, I don't know if a lot of people, whoever's out there watching, I don't know how many of them people know these bowlers on the scratch side. We got 10 outstanding junior bowlers on the scratch side. And I'm pretty sure when it gets to crunch time, you're going to see some really big emotion. You're going to see some force.
see, I'm a fan of.
I mean, it should be right away.
I'm a fan of at this point. You're in the finals. You're best of 5. You do it the traditional Baker style. You line up your 5 guys.
You're standing up
you
there.
Bang,
Yeah,
bang, bang,
bang,
bang, bang.
And you're, hooting and hollering.
Yep. Mr. Owens, they are bowling on neon today. Neon is your pattern.
I thought that was the wrong ball choice for got away with it.
So they got a triple up on the board.
And like I said, you know, when Tommy went up in the first frame and he split, you know, you don't want to see a split, but it was a first frame. That's a good frame to do it. It's never a good time to leave a split, but if you're in the first frame, that's honestly the best place to do it. And Daniel coming up a little high, leaving a 4. And we got Stone 8. We have Seth leaving a 128. Easily converting the 128. It's a pretty even match over there right now. And Daniel making his 4-pin.
Yes, and just remind people, this isn't cumulative. This is doesn't matter if you win a game by 1 or win by 100. You won,
First team to win 3 games.
It's the 3.
You can win all 3 games by 1 pin.
Yep.
Brandon coming up here in the 5th. 10 back.
Their lead now expands.
Zach coming up here for his 10 pin, making his 10 pin.
Hello, Gene, checking in.
Gene Blair, who's that?
Some dude from Maryland.
Oh, some dude, some little kid. I think I just talked to a Gene Blair the other day on my phone through a couple messages.
Really?
Henry coming up here in the scrap side, leaving a 10 pin. Is that Andrew for the Crackers? Oh, that's so. You know, in my book here, depending on what Tommy Burns does here in the 6th frame, if I'm the other team, I'm trying to get together with my team and see if was that a bad shot for the 10 pin? You know, why did I leave the 10 pin? Should we try to find something these last like 4 frames? You know, are we going to take this game as a wash, and are we going to try to work something out for the next game? But now, as you see, Tommy Burns leaving another split. So now, do we just want to try to stay where we're at and try to keep the pocket in front of us for an easy spare, or maybe get a trip something?
Well, considering he just cost his team 4 pins by not getting 2.
There. So now it's
Now
only
you're
a
still in this
17
match,
match.
yeah.
It's only a 17-pin match now. When it could have been a 21-pin match. So 21 pins, you're talking about 2 marks.
Absolutely. And that's why, especially when you're in the lead, you always get count.
You always get count.
Definitely
So
unfortunate.
Jake Diaz coming up here with a very, very good shot.
That hurt. I feel the pain of
Yes.
that.
And I think his coach even felt the pain, and he's not even here, and I know his coach. So we still have a pretty close match over here on the handicap side with the Crackers and the Stone 8. Stone 8 is down by like 10. What's helping the Crackers is the Crackers are working on a mark, and the Stone 8s will be working on an open. So that could be a 10-pin swing either way you look at it. So Jake coming up here for his 8-pin, making it. Evan with a swisher, getting that light hit 7 to fall with a big double
Yes.
to take a nice lead in the first game.
Lucas Francis now up in the 7th.
With a messenger 7.
So now that stone 8 really hurt.
That does not.
You stone an 8, and then your opponent
Your
comes up
opposing
and
team comes up and
throws a
gets
messenger
a
at
messenger at you, and you're
Yeah.
like, mine was just as good.
Yeah. Especially now if Sydney comes up and strikes right.
Yeah, Sydney
after.
comes up here and strikes.
So now it's not so bad. Now it's only a pin.
Yeah, you know, she's walking back. She's like, it's a week 10. You know, I kind of missed a little bit in the bottom, or did I get it in the oil a little bit to where it didn't read right?
So they have a little 9-pin itis right now. Howell Lanes and Micah.
Especially, yeah, the last 5 frames. Sydney making her spare. So the Crackers, after their double, they got a nice spare. Still in control of this first game here. Aiden Davis coming up here in the 8th frame. See if he put a double on the board. A little high, gets a break. It's stone 8s. No,
So they'll
stone
just
8s
be
have
looking for a
double.
couple marks.
Yes. They're just looking at trying to stay clean this game just to take a 1-0 advantage. Now, I would not be like changing anything here, even though you're in a lead. You just want to make sure you're making your shots.
Yeah. So Andrew struck in the 10, so he's going to need a mark.
He's going to need a mark
To shut them out.
Yep. To be able to shut out the stone 8s the first game. Micah coming up here with a nice shot.
So they can still shoot 201. Triple I up for Milk Chocolate 3.0. Andrew needing a mark to shut him out. That's the best kind of mark.
Yeah, it is the
That's
best
kind of mark.
kind of mark. Might be a light little swisher,
Yes.
but it's a strike. So I coming up here, going high, leaving a 3-6.
.205. And a game 1 win.
Okay, nice spare by Darren.
So Daniel Robertson could double and get a good count.
That
You would force a mark.
Yep, that'll force Brandon to have some kind of marking intent. Spare strike.
That's the first.
First ball. Okay, that's what you call a nice little high flux shot there, honestly.
Pretty good 10th frame there on the handicap side. That's
Nice,
a double.
nice 10th frame for Stone 8s. You know, showing that, hey, we're still here.
So Daniel wants to make sure he gets at least 5 here.
Yes. Which I don't think that would be an issue for Daniel.
Probably not.
So that's a good place to leave it.
Yeah.
So that forces Brandon up here in a 10 to mark.
So 200 on the nose for Howell Lanes and Micah. No Chocolate 3.0 needs a mark.
And as what we say about a mark,
Yeah. Best kind to get. That hurts though. Again,
Yeah. To see another messenger come across on you.
two lefties. You lefties. You lefties.
I was waiting for
you
something
lefties.
here.
Yeah, you lefties.
I was waiting for something. But I think there's another lefty that's about to come
Yeah,
in
we're
here
gonna ask.
soon.
We're gonna ask that lefty if he still could throw messengers like that.
So after game number 1, we have Milk Chocolate 3.0 winning the first game, taking a 1-0 lead. And on the handicap side, we have the Crackers taking a 1-0 lead. Now remember, this is the best of 5. The first team to win 3.
Yep. All right. So now they will flip
Switch
flop.
lanes.
They do have the opportunity to change their order if they want.
Okay, Bowlers, a summary after game number 1. Both of our number 2 seeds gained their first win. Milk Chocolate 3.0 won 206 to 200. On the handicap side, the Crackers defeated Stone 8's 205 to 194. They will switch lanes for game number 2.
All right. Game number 2.
All right, we just need to make sure we switch the handicap.
Oh, yeah.
Good point.
Yes, that is a very
Hey,
good point.
I do come up with good points.
Yes,
every now and then.
you do take notice
I
of things.
do. I do.
I'm surprised on that. Oh, it's because it's numbers. You're very good with numbers.
It's yeah.
You're always looking
Yeah.
at numbers.
Don't ask me to spell the word cat, but I can do your taxes.
All right, so Tommy coming up after his first 2 frames on the right lane, splitting both times.
Better ball.
Better ball. Hit the pocket.
I did not know that. No.
Riley Smith coming up here for Stone A's, starting off with a strike.
Whenever you're ready, then just say the word.
Tommy Barnes making his 10 pin. So these teams had a chance to change their lineup after
Yes.
the first game.
Yes.
And as far as I know,
None of them did.
all 4 teams are staying the same lineup.
Yep.
So Daniel coming up, starting off with his, Henry, that's right. Henry's the lead off for Hal Lanes. Starts off with a strike. You picked a good spot to sit at because I got this nice little air coming right down.
Yes. Yes.
It's been hot in here all day. Uh-oh. Somebody didn't like it.
Oh,
You know, he didn't like it. The outcome looked, the way I hit the pins looked really good.
yeah. A lefty with a bad break. Who knew that could happen?
Go ahead, Jason.
Only because I'm surrounded by his
All right,
today.
go ahead. So, I mean, you know, good shot. He didn't like it.
No.
I mean, walks away with a 9 spare. You got to take it.
Jake Diaz now up. Good strike, give his team an 11-pin lead after 2. It's coming in high,
Little
makes
in.
it 6-10.
See if Clayton
Yep, Clayton.
Clayton can come up here and make the 3-9-10.
Yep.
Little difficult for a right-hander.
Got the 2.
Got the 2. Got count.
I forget who it was on tour yesterday made it put the 3 into the 10 into the 9.
Might be able to ask the next person up here
Yeah.
when he comes in. I don't remember that one. I watched a lot of bowling this week on my phone. Oh,
And-
who says you have to hit that pin in the middle?
Was that a lefty?
Yes. Go ahead, Jason. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's National Pick on Lefties Day today.
It's gotta be.
Ada Davis now up late 39. They're working off back-to-back single pin spares. That's a good shot.
Good shot. It's not a bad thing to start off with spare, as long as your second frame's a 9, because you still have
sure.
you have a potential of a 279.
Yeah. Once again, our message board is live in operation. Should you wish to chime in, let me know what you're doing on this Sunday afternoon besides watching us. Let me know what you thought of the Masters today. We won't say who won in case if you didn't
In
watch
case you
it
didn't
yet.
watch it, yeah, we won't say who won.
Wasn't me.
It wasn't mine.
Wasn't me.
Oh, that was difficult. Yeah, it's one of them.
Zambra with the 2-8. So one lefty leaves, another lefty comes in. He had a very eventful week this week. We were talking about the one, the only Hall of Famer, Mr. Chris Rock. How are you, Mr. Chris Rock?
I'm doing just great.
Very, very, very. So we're talking about PBA Hall of Famer Parker Bone joining us in the booth today. And like I said, another lefty. One lefty leaves, another lefty comes in.
That's all right.
He had a very good week out at the Masters, and he flew in because he had a commitment to join us today in the booth. I'm sure that's the reason.
Yes, I was asked by my kids before I left. They said, Dad, if you're not going to make it to Sunday, will you be home to come join us and watch the PJBT? And I said, if I'm not bowling Sunday, I will do everything in my power to make sure that I'm here. So I flew a red eye out last night. Unfortunately, I got eliminated from the tournament.
You did?
Flew a red eye out last night. Arrived into Newark. They picked me up at Newark Airport. They took the little snooze on the way here. I drove, and here we are in Harrisburg watching the finals of the team event going on right in front of us.
Yes. So we'll finish off this game, and then we'll start the next game. We'll talk about your Masters week, how it went. You did very well. I got a chance to watch it quite a bit. I will say, out of all the tournaments during the year, that is my favorite. I like
the Masters.
I like the format of the Masters.
It's a unique format, much different than most of the others. But good spare there by Micah. But the good thing about that format, everybody knows going in exactly what's going to take place. And you almost have to bowl two different types of tournaments. You have to bowl the qualifying part of the tournament to get there.
Oh! Wow. Wow. I think
No, I think that was,
well, let's see.
I think it was the 5.
That's the 5.
That is the 5.
That was the 5 pin, Matthew. That was the 5.
Frozen in time.
Yes.
Now, you know, it brings a unique situation here. Fortunately, with the machines they have here at ABC West Lanes, it did not knock that pin over. But for all of the viewers that are watching, folks, if that happens to you at home and the machine actually knocks that pin over, you are supposed to stand the pin back up where it originated from.
Yes.
And that's why it was important we were able to watch the replay there. We could see that it was the 5-pin, but if the machine would have knocked that back over, that pin would have started right back in the 5-pin spot.
Ooh. There's a break. Taking out could have been the 4-9. So what did you see watching the tournament today? The neon pattern. What did you think of it? How it played?
Well, the lanes were conducive for the bowlers to get lined up to get to the pocket. You know, you're bowling a 5-man format there. You're throwing one shot roughly every 5-6 minutes, you know, depending how many spares are going down there along the way. It doesn't really allow you the capacity to just free willy get super loose and just go, go, go. So that being said, there was certainly some oil in the middle of the lane that could help your ball, let me say, stay on line to the pocket, but like we're watching right now, the bowlers are moving, continuing to move deeper as the lanes continue to break down.
Yes.
I think that it was a very entertaining pattern, but at the same time, it was work in progress for everybody as they moved along and advanced further into the tournament, especially 24 games of Baker play.
Yes. Absolutely. What's your opinion of Baker bowling? Do you like it, or did you ever get a chance to do it? You know, I know the PBA has that one event every year, usually up in Maine. I forget, did you ever get a chance to bowl in that? Or
I bowled a couple of years up in Maine in that format. It's really a unique concept. I love the energy level.
Yes.
Well, especially, who cannot love the energy
Right.
level in Maine?
Up there,
My
yeah.
God, what they do up there in Portland at the bowling center up there is just incredible. But it brings a different element and level to the sport, and it's something that, well, I'll say the regular tour as we know it doesn't have that element.
Yes.
So it's really very, very cool, and especially when you come out here and you watch youth bowling or the teenagers. I've watched it quite a bit, you know, with Justin bowling in college now for Wichita State. I've watched it throughout, you know, the college level here, and it's cool. It's entertaining.
It is. It's very entertaining. Yes.
Keeps a lot of people on their toes.
So now we have to have a PBA 50 stop that has a Team Baker event.
I don't know if those guys want to sit down for 6 or 7 minutes between shots. They might need a practice lane to stay loose.
You got a point there. All right, the big lefty, Lucas Francis, up in the 7th. His
Big
team
shot.
is working on a strike. Can make it a double. Had the messenger, so he 2 unlucky breaks this game. He's stone in 9 in the second frame.
Yeah, the 9-pin was a super quality shot.
Yes.
The way that the ball went right through the pins there.
Yes, and it's weird because it didn't look like Lucas liked it off of his hand. He had a bad reaction to it.
Yeah, he looked like he lost a little bit of his balance back there in the second frame. Made a better pass that time, but the ball coming a little bit behind the head pin, and you know, therefore the head pin comes flying over in front of the 7. It's part of the nature of the business, so to speak. The ball has to break a little bit more on the proper side if that head pin's going to come off the wall and connect. But it's just another part of our sport that we all have to deal with. And as a player, he has to sit down and dissolve that and figure out, okay, what do I need to do exactly to get them all to connect? And hopefully fall over, because we just seen Brandon's shot. That looks pretty good. And then, you know, solid 9's a bad tap, but I think it's a little bit worse when you go high flush and the 5 goes all the way over to the 10-pin spot.
Yes. All right, on the handicap side, pretty close game. Open there, so that'd be 119. If you would you hand me those green cards? I'm good with the blues. I need the greens.
Great shot there for Jake. Putting a strike on the board to help Powell Lane's team out.
So Jackson Kohler up now. That's 3 in a row for Stone 8.
Hayden Davis gets up here on lane 39. Boy, what a season he's having, huh?
He and Darren Zombro are neck and neck for Player of the Year. Aiden started out red hot on the first 3 or 4 events. And then Darren Zombro ripped off 3 or 4 in a row of his own as well.
Yeah, they've got something tip for that. Anything
Yes.
you can do, I can do better, I guess.
Yes, I remember one of my first years helping out here. We had another situation like that between Zach Dragovitz and I believe it was Bradley Krause. That they kept trading victories the entire season.
Pretty unfortunate game if you look at this game so far for their team. You know, the only shot out of the pocket left double wood, and you know, unfortunately that one slipped away, hit the left side of the front pin, not making the spare. But every ball since then has been in the pocket, and they're only bowling 180.
Yes. Sydney now up.
Sydney working on a strike, doubling up for their team. It's a pretty big game if you look at this from the Sydney and the Hal Lane's team, because they're down right now one game, and they certainly don't want to go down 2-0
Right.
to the, I'll say, the stellar team of these 5 young men that are out here. These guys all know how to play the game, and they play it at a really, really big level.
Zombro up now. That's coming in high.
Little
3-6, 9-10.
Little extra help on that one, come over the top, and well, it hooked a little early, obviously going right on the nose, and I think they're just going to try to regather their thoughts and figure out what they need to do here. Obviously, still a couple frames left, but they're starting to run out of real estate or room.
All right. Seth Whitmer now up. They're on 4 in a row. They will win this game.
That pretty much seals the deal for Seth and his team.
Yes.
Makes a pretty commanding statement when your team's on a 4-bagger setting you up in the 10th and you get up there and throw a shot like that. Confidence goes a long, long way, and,
It does.
and I got to believe that that's really going to pump their team up going into game 3.
So that's going to tie that match up at 1. Micah now up. That's 3 in a row for them.
Micah with a shot right there, striking. Pretty much determines the fact that this match will be 1-1 as well.
Yes. All right, so we're fast tracking the handicap side.
Seth going to Brooklyn there for a 9 count. His team shooting a solid 200 game. And just like you said a minute ago, it's 1-1 on both sides of the board here.
Yep. So, while we're pretty set now, let's talk about your week at the Masters.
All right.
Phenomenal week. Made it to the second day in the winner's bracket.
Ron doesn't want to talk about you.
That's all right.
We'll get to that too.
That's all right.
Have a good look.
So sum up your performance, and then we'll talk old guy versus young guy.
Okay.
So tell us about your week at the Masters.
Well,
As you said, it's 2 tournaments in one. So
It is. You know, unfortunately, my flight was 3 hours late flying out there on Monday morning. And because of that, I unfortunately had to skip practice session because I didn't make my squad on time. And there's no significant or no fringe benefits. They're not going to look at you and say, well, your name is so-and-so. We're going to allow you to practice on the next squad. It's pretty much an open and shut book. So I didn't get to practice, so all I could do was watch. And through my observations of watching, it was pretty easily determined that the lanes were going to be tough. They were going to be challenging. But it looked like there were 2 places to play on the lane. You could play somewhere around 2, 3, 4, depending how you go about it. And then the other place to play would be somewhere around 10, 11, 12, maybe a little deeper depending when it was. But your formulation down the lane, you want to get it to the track, about 7, 8. And you had to figure out how to keep things under control there. So my game plan starting Tuesday, that's exactly the way that I would start off. I used a purple hammer playing out. I played out the entire squad, up 2, 3, 4, and tried to keep things in play. I shot 31 over, which was actually a pretty good score,
Yep.
and kept me close. So that was the end of day one. At least for me, I was in the top, I want to say about 80th, close enough to the top 64, and then we were just going to roll on to the second day. So.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes game number 2 of our best of 5 final. Both matches are now even at 1 game apiece. On the scratch side, how bowlers and Mike, 215 to 182. The match is even 1 game apiece. They will switch back to their original lane. Orders are staying the same on the scratch side. On the handicap side, the match is now even. Stone 8's won game 2, 206 to 167. They'll go back to the original handicap side. We're going to go Clayton, Ian, Jason. And for the Crackers, it's going to be Evan going first now, Sean, Zachary, James, and Andrew, starting game number 3.
So day 2 came along, and although I played out the very first game with the urethane ball, I decided not long after that I was going to go to a Black Widow 2.0. I need a little bit stronger ball. I played out, and then I actually played inside the last game of that block for a pretty solid 2-team game, and shot the same score basically I did the first day. 31 over the first day, 33 over the second day. So I guess I was a model of consistency. I find myself in about 55th place, which is good, a top 63 advance for the final day as we watch Henry Heck's ball break loose from the lane. And then I come in the last day, and the last day, lost in practice, went to an even stronger ball and played up, believe it or not 2-3. Now I moved everything in a little bit, around 5-6, and felt like I had a pretty good look there as we watch that ball hook past the 2-8 there, getting only 1, and Henry pretty easily covers the spare there.
What squad were you on?
I was on B squad the first day, which I bowled in the morning the second day, and the last squad on the third day. So the third day, though, I bowled pretty good, pretty solid day. I shot almost 70 over, and basically, great shot by Tommy Burns. I doubled my score, so I qualified 23rd and fairly easily made match play. Which, you know, when you look at what's going on there, that was the leader after 15 games was right at 300 over. You're talking 415 entries, and the leader only averaged 220. That's a pretty demanding condition. That's almost like bowling the U.S. Open. Very similar. Jake Diaz up here on the left lane for Hal Lanes. It's very fortunate.
Let me just say, you know, as somebody who has been watching, you know, the PBA for over 40 years, and knowing, you know, you've been a Brunswick staffer, it's so weird just like to hear you say you were throwing hammer equipment. Obviously, you know, hammer is in the family.
It
for
is.
the last couple of years now, but it's just so weird to, like you said, purple hammer. I'm like, it just takes a second for it
For you to
for it
dissolve that?
click.
Well, I did the third day. I threw the black, or not the black, the Evo Quantum Pearl, and that is a Brunswick, purely Brunswick-made bowling ball. So, but so now I find myself making it into match play. Great shot by Lucas Francis there, and first match comes around. Fortunately, I'm up by 60 after 2 games, and I'll say, I don't want to say coast to victory, because I've seen a lot of strange things through the years happening at the Masters. Players, many players have been up by 100 pins, unfortunately lose in game 3. So, and I don't want to be one of those guys. So I win the first match. Basically the same thing happens in the second match. I win my second match, shooting a low 600. And then the third match that night, I actually start off with 170, but finished with 690 for the set, and really secured my spot into the, I'll say, ultimately what would be the final or elite 12
Yes.
going into the last day. That's not good. So I come in the next day, which would have been yesterday, with similar game plans in mind, but you still have to be open-minded as to what's going to go on. And I bowled Brad Miller, who we watched on the show today.
Yep.
Brad finished third. Great week for him. And unfortunately, I could not get out of my own way. Every time I missed a little bit, it was missing the head pin or washout. And when I missed the other way, it would be big four. And unfortunately, I could not figure out how to get out of that. And I would lose my match. Got a little bit of dead wood there. So I would lose my match there. I believe I had 545. Brad Miller had 589. So his score was not, let me say, anything that I should go, wow, he really beat me. Unfortunately, I'm going to say it this way. I did tip my hat off to him. He did beat me, but I beat myself.
Yes.
Okay. You know, he didn't post a 720 set. When I look at my score, I go, God, I couldn't figure out how to muster it up more than that. And then I went on to bowl the next match, and, well, the next match, I got up there and had to bowl Sean Maldonado, who, by the way, also made today's telecast. So my 2 losses came to both of these guys. That's how close I was. And Sean, our match was a little bit close. Seesaw back and forth, could have went either way. And as it would unfold, I would lose 604 to 624, or 627, I think it was. And, you know, 20 pins short, whether you're short by 1 or short by 100. A win is a win, a lose is a lose.
I watched your entire match against Miller. The left lane seemed to be really squirrely for both of you. Brad found a little bit in game 2, towards the back half of game 2 and the beginning of game 3. So now, and you said you didn't throw the ball the greatest. Is that something now that you'll go back and rewatch that, or not? Or is that just gone from your memory?
I've rewatched a fair amount of my telecasts through the years. And now with the advent of the computer and you know, YouTube and things just like this, especially for these young bowlers, but myself, you can go back and you can watch and you can try to figure out what went wrong. At that moment in time, for me, the biggest thing was I couldn't get the ball to clear off my thumb the way I wanted it to.
You were messing around with your tape a few
Yeah,
times.
it was. Talk about a break.
Yes.
It was freezing in the bowling center.
Got ya.
And we all thought it was very cold. And I don't know what happened, but come about the 5th or 6th frame of game 1, all of a sudden, everybody was warm. So whether the air went off, the heat came on, we don't know what transpired there, but once your hand starts swelling up, well, it is very important to adjust your thumb hole, whether it's tape, whether you use an interchangeable. You got to do something there to make it fit properly. And although I was doing my best to get it to fit, you know, maybe it's a reason why it didn't fit properly, but I'll still say it comes under the operator error. And I'm the one that looks in the mirror and goes, it's right or it's not right.
Yes. So, you're in your early to middle 50s.
Yep. Late 50s.
I was trying to give you the benefit of the
Who's
doubt
counting?
there. So, how much more? You know, it's a long event. How much more of a toll does it take on you now than, say, 20 years ago? Is it any different or not? Like, obviously, you bowled great. We know Norm Duke made the show. Well, you know, he was the top seed, so
Yep.
he finished either first or second.
Yep.
And he talked yesterday. I heard his interview. He said, you know, this might be my last. tournament in the PBA. Probably not PBA.
Yeah,
50.
probably not. I think he's got 50,000 good reasons to come back for one or two more.
Probably. But, you know, do you find that as you've now advanced a few years that it's hard, like you're feeling it maybe a little more the day after, or?
Yeah, you definitely do. You know, it takes its toll on your body. In the Masters itself, you're only bowling 5 games in a given day during qualifying. So really there's not a lot of toll or beat up, if you want to say. But when you make it to match play,
Yes.
you know, you bowl a couple of matches, you start a match, then you stop. Then you start another match, then you stop. And your body gets used to, okay, I'm warmed up, I'm loose, I'm ready to go. And then they say, okay, you know what? Win or lose, you're going to go sit over here for 20 or 30 minutes, possibly an hour or two, until you start up again for another match. Well, when you're a young bowler, aka all of these kids that we're watching right now, or you're in your middle 20s, middle 30s, you can pretty much go with the flow at any given time.
Right.
Give yourself a couple of shots and you're ready to go give it your best. So now, truthfully to be known, being 58, okay, your exact number that maybe you were kind of searching for there, you know, I actually did feel pretty good. I didn't have any health issues or any ailments along the way. You know, last year I had some, believe it or not, even though during that good stretch I had in the summer, I had some issues with my knee where my knee was actually bothering me a fair amount. But things were going good, and maybe I wasn't over pushing it, but doing the right things that kept making good things happen in a positive way. So I feel okay. I'm not planning on retiring yet, but I will tell you this. There will not be a full PBA Tour schedule in Parker Bone's regiment starting next season.
Got it.
You know, I put myself in a possibility that maybe I can get picked for the draft. We'll see how that plays out, regardless one way or the other. Either I'll look forward to it or I'll look forward to watching it. But the big things that are going to come up around the corner as time goes on for the kids' sake, you know, we got big tournaments throughout the year. PJBT is basically endless. You know, your season is long. It's longer than the PBA Tour, for God's sakes.
We only have about eight or 9 weeks off by the time it's all said and done.
I'm telling you what, this guy Matt Himmelrich, the stuff that he puts together and all these things that he keeps putting up, I swear I don't think he wants the kids to sit home at all on a weekend.
I don't think so.
For that matter, the adults neither.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I mean, I took a red-eye flight last night. I would have loved nothing more than to go back and put my head on my pillow and relax today. And my kids more or less said, no, Dad, you got to come with us today. So I guess I'll put a shout out. Thanks, Matt.
So what's next on your schedule then?
Next weekend I have a clinic/exhibition I have to do up just outside of Minneapolis. To be honest, it's in Wabasha, Minnesota, which is, many people will remember Wabasha for being the home of the Grumpy Old Men.
Okay.
That's where the movie was made. Okay, that's where it's from, Wabasha. So that'll be on my agenda next weekend. And then after that, the following weekend, Easter weekend, I'm going to head down to Florida because the PBA 50 Tour, the national tour for the PBA 50 players, starts up down there. So we'll be in Fort Myers right after Easter and get things underway.
Yeah, we got to get them to have a Pennsylvania stop.
That would be really good.
Yes.
I got to be quite honest. We would look forward to that, especially all of us 50 and older players that live here in the Northeast.
Yes. There isn't, unfortunately, that much that comes to this area. I mean, we're sitting in a bowling center where I know the PBA has come. The women's tour has had a stop here very recently.
Yep. I got good memories of this place.
Yes.
One of my PBA national titles came right here.
In the 90s, yeah.
Every year there was.
Yes, I was here. I forget it was on the summer series, and I forget the gentleman's name that won it. He shot .299 against Walter Ray Williams.
Ryan Davis.
Thank you.
Yep, that's all right. He had his one infamous show, and I'm going to tell you right now, he made the best of it.
Yeah.
He did.
A lot of players dream of having that opportunity. Well, he not only dreamt it, but he lived it. So Watching things here in front of us, I'm going to say right now that Micah Voorhees really needs a strike here if his team is going to have any chance in this third match. In the scratch side. And on the left side there, put Sparrow on the board, and great shot from Micah. Going to score on our handicap side over here. 114. If I'm reading that correctly.
Yeah.
To 99 through 7 frames, actually 7.5 frames. So
So a pretty close match.
yeah, appears that it's going to come down to the 10th frame over there.
With the spare conversion, 3 pins will be the difference.
Looks like the young gentlemen are really putting it together this game. The only unfortunate frame would have been the 9 miss, and they did get the key break there in the 8th frame going Brooklyn and turning it into a strike, but score machine doesn't know how, it knows how many.
That is true.
Pretty good shot by Daniel Robertson.
For those of you that joined us recently, yes, you may recognize the voice, PBA Hall of Famer. He's won a few tournaments, couple 2-3 in his time.
Lucky.
Parker Bowen in the third. Officially finished, what was that, 8th through 12th? Was that your official?
9 through 12.
9 through 12?
Yep. So I just try to sum it up best. I got to the top 10.
Absolutely. Absolutely, because
It's all the same number in their book.
9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th is determined alphabetically last name. So, you know,
And I could actually tell somebody I finished 9th.
yes. So I'll be looking for a donation to the Daniel Althouse College Fund. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll talk to my kids and see if I can't make that one happen.
As a guy that does taxes, I can tell you, will not be tax deductible.
Are you kidding me?
Well, you know, I mean, I could start a 501(c) pretty quick. You know, see what could happen. Speaking of, while we're fast tracking here. Speaking of college, your oldest is freshman out at Wichita.
Yes.
What was that like getting the point?
And we all saw that laugh from him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pointed, the TV went
He,
to Parker, and his head just went down.
He kind of knew that if he got on there to throw at least one shot, it didn't have to be any more than that, but one shot was going to tell the story. And, you know, when you're sitting on the bench there and you're not loose, and I don't care how old you are, and the lanes are changing every single shot along the way, you got to take a guess as to what you're going to do and how you're going to go about doing it, especially with him.
Yeah.
You know,
So,
all kids throw so many different angles.
He put the ball in hand, stepped up on the approach, didn't even hesitate. Got up there and let it fly, and when they all fell over, he knew exactly what he wanted to say or look at. And he looked right over at me as if to say, I did it, I've got it, and now the bragging rights are for me the rest of my life. And so I had to make sure everybody else knew that.
So Milk Chocolate 3.0 with the victory. They're up 2-1. And on this side, it was the Crackers winning game 3. So they're up 2-1. So now I'm going to think the emotion level is going to crank up a little bit.
Well, it's certainly going to crank up for everybody.
Yes.
Because the team that's on the short end right now wants to tie this up, and the team that's ahead 2-1 wants to try to seal the deal. So,
yes,
you know, I'll say this, that we'll see how it all plays out.
Fans, that concludes game 3 of our matches. Both numbers. 7 to 216. They are up 2-1. They need one more game win for the title. On the handicap side, game number 3 goes to the Crackers, 173 to 153. Game number 4, they will switch lanes. Crackers have a 2-1 lead. They need one more game to win the tournament. Our teams will switch lanes again for game 4. They've all elected to keep the same order as we start game 4.
All right. Parker, thank you very much for your time, as always.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm going to put the shout out to Leslie because I know she's watching it. They've actually got it hooked up right now at Howell Lanes, and they're watching it live on the big screen back there at the bowling center. So for all the Howell Lanes bowlers, I'd say watch and root for everybody here in the scratch side because most of them are from there.
Yes. Yes, whenever we have these team events, they show up to represent, for sure.
Good group of kids.
Yes.
They love bowling together. They love competing against each other, but they also love competing with one another. And
Yes.
when I look at, you had 21 teams, I think, on the floor here
Yes.
today, and that's outstanding because that says a lot of juniors, they like the competition not only singularly, but they love the competition as
Yes.
a team. So that's cool.
So, before you leave, I have one quick question for you.
Yep.
Since I turned 50 in July, do I officially have to wait till I get on the PBA 50 till I'm 50, or like how does that work? If I wanted to go out and compete against you and get my butt kicked and
I will be glad to explain it. It's summed up like this. When you go out to bowl or partake your first PBA 50 event, you must show your driver's license. And if it says your birthday has now made you eligible and you are officially 50 years of age, well, God bless you. They allow you to bowl as well as get a double ARP card.
All right. All right, so maybe I'll see you in July.
Okay, I look forward to it.
Thank you, Parker, for
Thank you.
joining us as always. A friend of the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour for the full 22 of the 23 seasons, I believe. So I think Matt is coming in now. We'll wait to see. Always nice when Parker has some time to stop and chat with us. All right, so we got Milk Chocolate 3.0 in the lead, 2-1, and we got the Crackers in the lead, 2-1. Lucas Francis now up. Part of Milk Chocolate. That's a strike. So far, I'm wrong on that emotion level. Emotion level really hasn't kicked up. I don't know. I'm so used to watching college Baker bowling where it's all emotion all the time, right from the first start. I think part of it has to do with the way we're doing this alternate shot. All right, Jake Diaz up. Looking for a double. That's a double. Ian Smith with a spare. I believe this is Sean Gerhardt now on lane 42. Aiden Davis on 39. Aiden with a split. Sean with a 9 count, leaving the 6 pin. Davis gets the 2. Gerhardt converts. Sydney Bone now up in the 3rd. They are on a double. Solid 7. Unlucky. That's that hit you sometimes see. Jackson Kohler up. Lane 41, that's going, ooh, that held the line. Kept waiting for that to turn left, never turn left. Reminder, our message board is live and operational should you wish to chime in. Let me know what's going on today. Bone converts. Jackson Kohler converts. Zach Fetchko now up on 42. Darren Zombro, Triple I up on 39. He goes 10 back. No Chocolate looking to shut the door here. They are currently down by 21. Fetchko with a strike for the Crackers. Close match there through 3. No opens yet. Mike Avoris. Micah comes in high, leaves a 6-10. There's 10 back. I believe this is James McCracken. 5-pin. I'm in. Mike converts. Bit of a backup ball there. Not in for a game. Stepping up in class here. First, we got a righty now. We summoned the bullpen for the righty.
We did.
Tournament director Matt now sitting in the booth.
Hello, everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Another good event today for our Baker Team Tournament. 105 bowlers, 21 teams.
I'll be right back.
We are in Game 4 of the best of 5 match. Both of our number 2 seeds lead by 2 games to 1. And we are in the middle of game number 4. At the moment, it looks like on the handicap side, the number 1 seed Stone 8s, they are in the lead at the moment in game 4. So that would even their match to force a game 5 if that is the conclusion. On the scratch side, our Powell bowlers are in the lead at the moment. They have a slight edge
Tommy
in their
Burns with a
match.
strike.
Yep. So we could potentially have both matches going to a game 5 based on the results so far. Again, this is the best of 5 match. First team to win 3 games wins the tournament. The other team finishes second. Henry Hecht with a strike for Team Howell Bowlers.
That keeps them up by 9.
And they need to win this game
Yes, they do.
to even it up. Clayton Tyndall up on 41 for the Stone 8s. Looked like he got that one inside target just a little bit. He leaves the 4-6. So he's going to look to get 1 here. His team's still in the lead at the moment. If he gets 1, he gets the count.
Seven pin. Lucas came in a bit high.
Just a tad. Could have fell.
Absolutely.
Okay, break, Latham gets 1. His team still has the lead in game 4. They are at 117 with their handicap. So a 27-pin lead at the moment. Evan can trim it to 17 with a strike in the 6th.
Lucas converts. Evan gets the 9 out.
Good shot there for Evan. Okay, now stepping up Ian Smith on 41. Pretty good shot for Ian. Just came in a tad high, leaving the 4-pin.
Jake Diaz looking to extend their lead. 9-pin.
Pretty good shot once again, just a little high flush.
So with the spare conversion, they will maintain their 9-pin lead.
And unfortunately, Ian did not make his spare. I think the ball kind of hung up on his thumb as he let it go. So, not what he meant to do there, but 123 in the 7th for them. So we'll see what the Crackers can do here.
They're working on a strike with Sean Gerhardt now up. Double will go a long way with getting him back in this match. And good shot.
Gets it. So big shot there for them.
Aiden Davis now up 39. Their team working on a spare in the 8th. He goes 10 back.
And that will keep them in the lead in this pivotal game 4. Seven count for Jackson Kohler on 41.
Sydney now up. That's going left. She comes in high. Did not leave a split. Left the 3-6. Spare conversion puts them up by 7. But if Zombro strikes in the 9th, they will take the lead.
Jackson picks up his spare on 41.
Alright, well, if Zach strikes here, they will actually take the lead. That's going left. Misses the head pin.
Yeah, that was left off his hand. I think that one, he just pulled it across his body. If he picks up
Zombro comes in high.
on the
Big split.
on the handicap side, if he makes his spare with the handicap, the Crackers will have a 5-pin lead. 5-pin lead, and the Crackers are up 2 games to 1. He does not convert the spare, so it'll be 139 in the 8th. So that opens the door for Stone 8s, who need this game to stay alive. Strike here will put them back up.
Zombro converts. But they lost the chance to take the lead.
Big shot there for Riley Smith with a strike in the 9th, foundation 9th frame. So they can max out now at 206. Their opponents can only max out at 199. So the team who needs game 4, Stone 8s, have the lead in the 9th.
Michael with the strike. So advantage, Howell Lane and Micah
Howell Bowlers and Micah. And they need this game to keep the match
Yes.
alive. Kraken misses his spare. 148 in the ninth. So now they can only max out at 178. So a mark and count, and Stone 8 will force a game 5.
Yep. Eight count.
8 count for Seth Whitmer. If he makes a spare and a strike, he can shut them out. Actually, spare puts him at 173 with a 3 handicap. He would need 3 pins.
That was a big shot there for Bone.
Spare and 3. There's the spare.
So with Bone's double, as long as he'll be looking to get 8 here. If he gets 8, he will force a strike by his opponent's first ball in the 10th. So
Mitch,
217.
yep, milk chocolate in the clubhouse with a 217
So Daniel Robertson will need a strike
on the first
ball in the 10th to extend the match to game 5.
All right, and Stone 8's take home game.
Going to 5 on the handicap side. And Robertson crosses over, does not strike, and Milk Chocolate 3.0 will be your champions on the scratch side, winning 3 games to 1. All right, 186, 178. They will go to 5.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes game number 4. On the scratch side, our match has come to an end. Our winners, finishing in second, will be Howell Bowlers and Micah, and our champions will be Milk Chocolate 3.0. We'll give out awards in just a moment. On the handicap side, we head to game number 5. All right, we're matched up 2-2. So they're going to go back to their original starting lane for the final 5th and deciding game on the handicap side. So the only order change we have in this game 5 match will be Sean Gerhardt going 3rd and Zachary 2nd for the Crackers. All right, we'll begin the final handicap game, and then we'll give out all of our awards. All right, good luck.
All right, away we go into the finals. Evan Perkowski starting out with a mark. Don't forget, Stone 8s are getting 3 pins handicap.
Ben Franklin at 7.
Especially that time of day. Well, that's why when I looked the other day, it was saying 2 hours and 50 minutes. You know, the setting up for Sunday. And so when I got up and I was
Clayton Tyndall up, first frame. He comes in high, leaves the 6-10. Conversion. All right, Zach Fetchko up, frame number 2. Team working on a spare.
And then I'll walk out, I'll take 2 steps, and I'll be like, okay, I'll walk down the steps, and I go,
10 pin.
wherever I go, just make it up.
Which he converts.
Anything coming out, let me know. See something going outside. We're bowling yet, right?
at least I can take a positive state.
Ian now up. He goes 10 back. Sean Gerhardt. After this match, after we got the awards, we will not be doing final interviews today. So right after the awards are over, I will be wrapping up the show. Gerhardt with a strike. Reminder next week, major number 9 at Bolero Burke's Lanes in Singing Spring, Pennsylvania. Next Sunday with a 10:30 start time. Major number 9. Gold pins in the finals. PJBT challenge shot, oil pattern. If you're following along, you know we only have 2 patterns left, so it's. If you haven't been following along, you could go back and rewatch all of our shows. I always say what the pattern is at the start. Or if you read the write-up that I have about the tournament on the YouTube page, I usually say what the pattern is. That'll be an advantage if you know it's only going to be 1 of 2 patterns. Good effort by Jackson Kohler on the washout. Put the head pin around the 10 pin. James McCracken now up. In the 4th, they're working on a strike, trying to make it a double. He comes in high, caught a huge break, had the 3, 6, 9, 10 up there. Pin came across, took out the 9, and the 9 fell into the 6 and the 10. He's left, made a difficult spare, a rather easy spare. Which he converts. Riley Smith now up in the 4th. That's going left. Leaves himself just the 3 pin. Makeable.
see it food, so I forget.
Conversion. All right, up to the 5th frame we go. Andrew Barron up. His team is clean through 4. They have an 8-pin lead. Washa got that ball inside. Never even tried to turn the corner. And he converts. All right, into the bottom half of the game we go. Last shot here for, not quite. Got one more half a frame to go. Then we go to the bottom half of the game. Seth comes in high. Single pin spare. If he converts, they'll be down by 5. Which he does. All right. Now we go into the 6th. Evan Perkowski up. That's going left. Crossing over does not get the break. Leaves just the 6-pin though. At this point in a close match, just want to put up some marks. Which he does. Clayton Tyndall now up in his 6th frame. He comes in high, leaves a 3-6. Clayton doesn't look happy. So he converts with ease. So we're still at 6 pins. 6 pins is the difference. Zach Fetchko now up, frame number 7. I don't know, if a team could put up a double, this could go a long way. But they're making marks. Split, does not get lucky. But he'll definitely want to make sure he gets 2 here. Count becomes increasingly important. And he does not get 2, he only gets 1. So it's 119 they now have. Do you ever not work? Do you just like you live down back or something?
Feels like it.
Every time I'm here, you're working. Ian comes in high. So we keep hearing everybody's coming in high. Don't know if they're making adjustments or not. They could take the lead here with a spare conversion. So the Stone Age trying to do something that hasn't been done yet. A team has not won a game on 42 yet. Whatever team that has been on 41 has won every game. Sean Gerhardt now up. Washout. I'm not going to say we're in must-make territory yet, but that's got a chance. All right, back-to-back opens for the Crackers. All right, Jackson now up in the 8th. If he could put an X on the board, that's going to put a lot of pressure on the 4th and 5th bowlers on the Crackers. Let's see what Jackson can do. He throws a washout. So right now, they have a 1-pin lead. And he gets 2, the hard 2. Gets the hard 2.
On the scoreboard, they're tied.
Yes. So the handicap,
Difference is 3.
the handicap is what is giving the Stone Age the lead right now. On the scoreboard, they both have 128. Stone Age get 3 pins handicap. Kraken now up. All right, nothing wrong with putting it in the gutter while you're on an open. You know, and a gutter spare right now on an open is the same as a 9 spare. So.
Hey, brush it off, pull it out. Fix it. Deep breath.
And he gets the spare.
Just a spare.
So like I said, when you're on an open, a gutter spare is the same as a 9 spare. No count loss. Riley Smith now up. Let's see if he can match. If he can match, they retain the lead. Oh, he breaks up. Almost left the unusual 3-6-8-10 split. Haven't seen one of them in a long time. That's fair. That's incredibly difficult to leave a 3-6-8-10. Let me just say.
That is.
So if a spare and they maintain their 3-pin lead. And he makes it the hard way. All right, down to the 10th we go. Crackers are going to go first. Do they bowl the 10th frame in the entirety, or is it shot for shot? That's a strike for Andrew. So now what does Seth do? Seth doesn't necessarily need to strike. But he does. But he does. Whatever you could do, I could do better right now. So we're still at 3 pins. Andrew Barron now up. Second shot in the 10th. And he gets the 10 pin out. Wow. So now it's a must strike. That's and he crosses over. He crosses over and trips the 6 forward. Wow. All right, not over yet. Not over yet. Not over yet. Wow.
And back.
And he gets the 10 out. All right. So he needs 8 to win. 7 to tie. 8 to win.
8 to win. 7 to tie. He needs 8.
And we have a tie. We have a tie. So, how do we break the tie? 9th and 10th frame roll-off. So we got to figure out, is there going to be handicap or is this going to be flat? This is going to be flat. 3 pins, 5 is 6, none. So this is going to be scratch. Take your microphone and explain it to the crowd. What?
Okay.
9th and 10th frame roll-off.
9th
and 10th frame roll-off.
So we'll have a 9th and 10th frame roll-off. So the bowlers who were 4th and 5th in line, we're going to bowl a 9th and 10th frame roll-off. There is no handicap because of the 3 divided by 5 is 0, so there's no handicap. It'll be a 9th and 10th frame roll-off. Higher seeds, your choice. You can start. Okay, higher seed are going to start on lane 42.
All right, 9th and 10th frame roll-off. Scratch match. No handicap. Oh, solid 10. So how did we get here? Andrew Barron of the Crackers struck out in the 10th. Seth Whitmer went double, 7 count.
Just moved to
9 count. Spare conversion. All right. Here we go again. They're tied going into, quote unquote, the 10th. Seth up first. Seth gets a 7 count. Which he converts. Nine count. So 36. So a strike basically will end it. If he gets anything below a 7 here, it's over. That's inside. He gets a 9. That could be very important. That extra pin could be very important. It could make the spare harder, but if he makes it, now he needs only 1 pin less on his fill shot. Which he converts. All right. So we're right where we were last time. 7 to tie, 8 to win. 7 to tie, 8 to win. And 7 to tie. Shot. All right, so now we go shot for shot. So what happens is they set their order. So
all right. Thank you, Aiden. Best bowler goes first. Okay. Then your second best bowler goes
Then your third best bowler. Then your fourth. And then your
So what happens is now they set their lineup in case they keep tying. So
In the 2-frame roll-off, now we're going to go ball for ball. They have picked an order. We will begin with Andrew Barron and Seth Whitmer. Our top seed team, you'll pick the lane. So you want 41 or 42?
all right, so shot for shot.
So it'll be Seth and Andrew, shot for shot. You're going to start on 41.
Matt, step left. All right, so Seth is going to go first. And he strikes. So now Andrew Barron must strike.
On 41. Same lane. On the same lane, Andrew. Yes, same lane.
And he needs to strike. And he does not. And it is over. And Stone Eights are your champions. Well, we haven't had a roll-off take that long in a little while. That's a lot of fun. So we'll give out our awards, and then I will wrap up the telecast.
Well, if you wanted exciting, that was exciting.
That was exciting. It almost was like the match 2 on the Masters today.
Yeah.
Again, I won't spoil it if you didn't watch it yet. But pay attention to the end of match 2. Take this back with you. Thank you.
Okay, bowling fans, time to give out our final awards for today's PJBT Baker Team Tournament. A very exciting finals there on the handicap side. Our runner-up finishers in the scratch division, each bowler receiving an $80 scholarship, certificate, and medal goes to the team of Howell Bowlers and Micah, Daniel Robertson, Mika Voorhees, Sidney Bone, Henry Hecht, and Jake Diaz.
Howell, Bowlers, and Micah. Your runner-ups say they did shoot 3 Baker 300s today. Very impressive. Sounds like the league is getting ready to start. Two leagues.
Okay, our runner-up finishers in the handicap division. Each bowler receiving an $80 scholarship, medal, and award goes to the Crackers, Andrew Barron, Evan Perkowski, Sean Gerhardt, James McCracken, and Zachary Fetchko.
And the Crackers, your runner-up, losing in the second round of our tiebreak format.
champions in the scratch division. Each bowler receiving a $200 scholarship certificate and a first place acrylic plaque goes to Milk Chocolate 3.0, Aiden Davis, Darren Monroe III, Lucas Francis, Tom Burns Jr., and Brandon Bone.
Milk Chocolate 3.0. Your winners.
Okay, and our winners in the handicap division, a very exciting 5-game match. Each bowler receiving a $200 scholarship, certificate, and plaque. Goes to the team of the Stone Eights, Riley Smith, Ian Smith, Clayton Tyndall, Jackson Kohler, and Seth Whitmer.
And the Stone Eights are your champions on the handicap side.
All right, thank you, bowling fans. We're going to get a picture with our winners, and then Jason's going to wrap up the show. Don't forget to join us next Sunday afternoon, April the 10th. I'll be our next PJBT event. Will be our 9th major of the season. Major singles, we will be at Bolero Burks Lanes in Sinking Spring, starting at 10:30 next Sunday. Don't forget to sign up online. All right, we'll see you then.
All right, guys, let's wrap up the show really quick. I'd like to thank you all for joining us today. Don't forget, next week we are coming to you live from Bolero Burks in Sinking Spring, Pennsylvania for Major number 9 on the PJBT season. All right, for all of us here at the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour, to all of you, have a safe, happy, and healthy week. We will see you next Sunday from Bolero Burks. See ya.